answering, right?
No, I'm here.
So, how can I help you, my angel? Oh, and tell me your birthday. That's how I like to connect to people.
June 20th, 1990.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you consider yourself a Cancer or a Gemini?
Gemini.
I think that's good. Cool. We love Geminis here. We're very pro-Gemini. All right, my love. I'm just going to put a little lipstick on. So when is your birth? I mean, what is your question? I'm fine. I just took some cold medicine, so my head is going like, but I'm here for you.
Okay. I wanted to ask, how does how do I say that? I recently got engaged. I wanted to see what my love life is looking like in the future.
You recently got engaged, you said.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you said? Hold on 1 second.
Yes. Yeah, I got engaged, and I just want to see what the future looks like for us. Going to work out or not?
Well, so you just got engaged. You want to see what your future love life looks like. Well, I can tell you one thing: you'll probably be dating less. Probably sticking to one girl. But I don't. Do you mind if I ask? Well, we just said guy, and you're okay with that. Okay. I don't like to make assumptions because everybody's different. Oh, I think you're asking this because I think in your heart you're sure this is the right person for you, but I think maybe friends and family might be giving you a slightly different opinion. Is that correct?
Not really. I mean, we're happy for us, but there's some people that like to bring you down and, talk bad.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, I always know how well I'm doing by how many people start criticizing me. I actually think this guy and you are a very good match. Let me just see what I get here. I'm going to grab some cards. Huh. Yeah, this card. This is a European deck, so it tends to be a little more. But you bring out the best in each other. It feels to me like you make each other more ambitious. You help each other sort of achieve your dreams. This seems like both a love and achievement-oriented match. Would that ring true for you?
What is it?
It seems to me like you guys sort of bring out the best. You bring out the best in each other. I think you're also both a bit ambitious, and I think in a good way. Well, I always think ambition's good, unless you're trampling over the bodies of your enemies. But but I think there's a way in which you want to make a beautiful life together, and you're really committed to doing that in a lot of different ways. Is that correct?
Yes.
Cool. Has he been married before, or does he have children from a previous relationship?
Yeah, he was married.
He was married. Yeah. Okay. The only thing, I think he's got 2 kids from the previous marriage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Damn, I'm good. I think that's actually not going to be a problem. I think this might be something you're a little worried about, that you might not get on with the kids, or that's a big responsibility. But I think that's actually, the children are going to be actually a source of joy and a lot of fun for you. Does that ring true for you?
Yeah.
Yay! Although, and you're a bit younger than him, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you're worried about? Because I'm getting a good feeling about this. I mean, I was wondering if maybe the age difference was controversial, or if people were giving you a hard time, but you say no and no. So
not really. He's really like his wife from previous relationship. They're just like good friends, like they're friends, and that just don't sit right with me. Like she'll call anytime and then expect him to do stuff just when she says, or and just they're friends, I guess, and I'm not used to that. It just it bothers me a little bit.
Oh, I understand that. It sounds like I'm very good friends with my ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
His wife and I aren't the closest. And I had to take my cue and pull back. So now he and I have dinner once a month. But he's going to have to explain to her, it sounds to me, he's going to have to set some boundaries. On the other hand, they do have children together. I can guarantee that they're not in love anymore. There's nothing romantic there. But if you've had children with somebody and you've been married, it's your family. So if you can I help you? Can I help reassure you not to be threatened by her? Because there's nothing, he's head over heels in love with you. Does that help? And you, what? Yeah, and there's nothing going on there. And I think I can understand, because if I wasn't as old as dirt, I wouldn't know this. If I was as young and gorgeous as you, I wouldn't know this. But I'm best friends with my ex, and absolutely no romance there. And I think it's also politic on his part, because he wants to make sure that his relationship and the custody arrangement with the children stays the same. So I think he's being very polite. And I think he's also doing this slightly to make your life easier. But I would talk to him about it, because honestly, you've got this guy wrapped around your little finger. You could ask for a Rolls Royce made of candy, and he'd give it to you.
Right, that'd be nice. Yeah, I was just making sure, because, it's just too good to be true, really. But, I mean, sometimes you just get lucky and find the right one. But I want to make sure.
And by the way, I don't just say nice stuff to people. As you can tell, when I said, like, he's got 2 kids, he was married before. I'm pretty straightforward. So if there was a problem with the wife, I'd be like, let's go take her out. I'd be on the next plane. Let's do that together. I'm a girl's girl. But and also, you're awesome. I think you guys might, I'm not sure you'll be bosom buddies, but I think you and she will probably be actually friendlier. You've got nothing to worry about. And you have a beautiful life ahead of you and some nice kids, if that's what you want. So let me know what happens, okay? I like you. And I'd like to know.
All righty, I will. All right. Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you. Happy New Year. Yay. God, I get the coolest people in here. All right, my next caller. What's that? I believe, is it Cathenia or Kashenia? Kafenia.
Yes.
I think I'm saying this wrong. Darling, you have a beautiful name, which you're going to have to say for me.
You're saying it right.
I feel your pain. I've gone through my entire life saying, no, my first name's Perry. No, that's P as in pneumonia. No, 1R. Yeah. There should be like a support group for those of us who have to go through our existences spelling our name for strangers. So, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I think we should start the support group. I think we're onto something. So, where are you calling from, baby?
I am calling from Minnesota.
Oh, I love Minnesota. I used to live there. Which part?
Yeah.
Wait, St. Cloud, Hibbing, but Appleville. Oh, that's pretty. A lot of snow there, though. I love Minnesota. Lutefisk and bar cookies. Anyway, so you got to send me some bar cookies and some lutefisk tacos now, okay?
Okay.
All right, my angel. Tell me your birthday, and then let's get to your question, because you've got a really nice vibe, and I'd like to help you.
January 3rd, 1981.
Oh, happy pre-birthday.
Thank you.
I have a brother with a birthday. Oh, you little Capricorn. Will you come over and help me organize my entire existence, please? Capricorns are great for that.
I love organizing. That's funny that you said that.
No, that's my job, baby. And you could have a really nice side hustle doing that. I know somebody who charges $500 a day to organize people's places. I mean, honey, you can make a really nice living doing that. You just have to look for girls like me who are like, I'm done with this lipstick. I'll just throw it on the floor. Anyway, all right, my little January 3rd duckling, how can I help you?
I have a question about a guy.
No. Okay. I'm just so relieved you didn't say you have a question about particle physics. A guy I can help you with.
Oh, yeah.
You've known him a long time? Is this a relationship that was a friendship and then suddenly you're like, violins are exploding in your mind? Is that?
It's friendship, but it's kind of like what's going on. Yeah.
Damn, I'm good. Did I mention that? Yeah. And so you think you're worried about how to get out of the friend zone. You're not in the friend zone. You just don't. He's shy, and both of you are a little, this is kind of a new thing, because you know each other pretty well. You're pretty comfortable with each other, right?
Yes, I am very comfortable with him.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I mean, hot kisses on a cool night are wonderful, but great conversation lasts forever. I like this. I think you guys have a real vibe here. Wow, that's 2 for 2 tonight. Awesome. Doesn't happen that often. I think you're both being too polite with each other. I'm not suggesting that you like get him drunk and rip his clothes off. I'm not, but sorry, that I don't mean that literally. No lawsuits, please. But you guys are being too polite with each other. There's a lot of sort of, after you, Alphonse. No, after you, Antoine. You're going to have to give him a hint that you're interested.
Okay.
And
is he not?
What's that?
He confused? Is he confused?
Oh, he's confused. Oh, men are all confused. We have to tell them what to do, the little darlings. Men are wonderful. I love men. But women make the mistake of thinking men like know everything and have to call all the shots in a relationship. And essentially what happens is you chase a guy until he catches you. You just don't let him catch you doing it. I realize that might not be the most fashionable advice, but it's something that women don't know about their relationships with men or their relationships with women is that we always run the relationship. We tell ourselves otherwise. We always run the relationship. Just take a minute to let that sink in because it's true. So he already likes you. I think you're also worried that he has a crush on somebody. Is there some sort of blonde bombshell in his workplace? Or it feels like there's somebody that you've sort of worked up a narrative about in your mind that actually is totally not true.
Okay.
Is there somebody that, or she doesn't have to be a blonde bombshell. She can be a bombshell of any persuasion. But he doesn't actually, he's not interested in anybody but you. And I'm not just saying that. He really likes you.
Okay.
It's just that men, and I'm going to make some wild overgeneralizations here because it's fun and also it's true. Men get confused about being really comfortable and really great friends with a woman. It's almost like we have to give them permission to also desire us. So you can actually tell him, you know, I know we're very comfortable together, and I know, you know, we have great conversation, but here's a permission slip. And he's like, what's this? You say, it's a permission slip. It gives you permission to desire me too. So, it's not subtle, but not a huge fan of subtle, actually. But yeah, and you can let him know in ways that make him think it's his idea. Also, he really likes food. I know that's a strange thing to say, but is there some sort of food bond or some favorite food or some favorite restaurant you guys have?
No, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
He's got a favorite food. There's, you can invite him over for what?
I said, does he? Okay.
The other thing you can do here, because for this particular guy, and then I'll let you go in a minute, but for this particular guy, food and comfort in home is very important to him. Can you cook?
Okay.
Or can you microwave?
Can I? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I thought so. You're a pretty good cook, right?
I cook, yes.
Here's a really good old-fashioned trick. Have him over, cook him a freaking killer diller meal here's what men like. Men like steak, broccoli, potatoes, and chocolate cake. Trust me, I've tried cooking other things. They're digging into the fancy castrated chicken with vintage grapes, and they're thinking, where's the steak? Where's some mashed potatoes? So do that. Have them sit next to you on the couch. Watch, I don't know, Yellowstone or something. Everything will be fine by the end of the evening. Let me put it that way. Are we good?
Okay, yes.
Does that ring true for you?
I think so. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to know if, how...
Yeah. He really... Here's what you wanted to know before I start talking your ear off. He really likes you. In fact, this could really be not just a relationship, this could be the relationship, which I think you already know, don't you? Okay. You're second guessing yourself because there's something about this connection that makes you feel like, am I crazy? I could see myself spending the next 20 years with this person. What's wrong with me? You're not crazy. That is a possibility. And,
okay.
Yeah, it is. And if he doesn't like steak, I've got a killer fried chicken recipe that took me a year to perfect.
Okay.
Get in touch with me on Facebook and maybe I'll just post it to my page. If no man can resist fried chicken. Its powers are legendary. Anyway, my love, tell me what happens. My name is, and your powers are legendary. You're very attractive. Just remember that.
Oh, thank you.
And here's what my mom used to tell me. You ready? If you have a crisis of confidence, or if you're walking into a room filled with new people, or if you're walking into a room where somebody you really like is waiting for you, here's what you do. You ready? Stand up straight, and you say to yourself, I am beautiful and I am loved. Works every time.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, let's keep in touch. I want to know what happens. Name a baby after me. I'm Perry Lyons. This is Moonstruck TV. Come find us every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're live. Beats the alternative. Happy New Year. Love you. I love you guys. Take care.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from TarotWithSteph.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Mini Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
All right. Hello, friends. Happy hump day, as usual. Happy Wednesday. And I hope you all had a beautiful, holiday, your New Year's. I hope you all have kind of recouped if you had some crazy New Year's celebrations. I know for myself, I actually did a party. That's one thing that I love to do. I will set all my stuff up, and then this particular party, we did individual private readings, and it was so crazy. I had allotted for 8 people, and we ended up, after everybody found out what I was doing there, and I guess who I was, which I love when word spread, that the sign-up sheet had about 19. So it was a crazy night. I was supposed to be out there by midnight, but I was there till 2:30 in the morning. But it was beautiful. We got lots of amazing connections, and, gave some people some really, some enlightening and hope, I guess, if you will, for 2023. So and that's what I love that I do. So we'll see how this year goes. I don't know if I mentioned this, but 2023 within numerology, if you add up the 2, and the 3, it becomes the number 7. 7 in numerology really represents change. It represents finding your true self, connecting with, your highest divine, really that sense of this year being a very personal transformation of change. So it's a great year. I feel like for many people, this year is going to be one of those years of change. And, I feel like change is one of those things that we, it's how we react, right? It's how we react. So, and how we respond to those changes too. So I feel like that, sorry, I'm writing some things down that I'm getting already. So how we react to change, how we respond to the change is going to be key for our future and how we handle things that happen this year. So I cannot wait to see for myself. I have lots of fun things planned for not just for the Mini Medium show here with A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, but also with my business, my Stephanie's Tarot readings. And I'm planning to actually put together a tour. So I will be starting to head to the East Coast, and I cannot wait when that comes to place. So once more of that comes in, I'll be happy to announce my tour dates, where I'll be, and just so many beautiful opportunities to share my gift even more. So exciting. Before I take my first caller, every Wednesday I've been pulling oracle cards. Well, as promised, I went and I connected with some beautiful affirmation cards, and these cards actually have beautiful butterflies on them. I can kind of show you here on video. So again, really being drawn to whatever number comes in that I've been drawn to, and I have been getting the number 13 a whole lot today. So I'm going to pull the number 13 card, and we'll see what our affirmation for, we'll say, every Wednesday. So affirmation for this week. So, oh, this is amazing. I love it. Every time I pull these cards, it seems to fit so beautifully. So for everybody out there, everyone that is listening to the A1R Psychic Radio, whether you be on a podcast, listening wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, or if you are on Facebook, this is all for you. So the affirmation for this week says, today I dare to do something differently. I think that is so amazing, right? Here, I'll kind of show it here on the camera. And then we'll turn it around. Look at that beautiful monarchish butterfly. I'm sure it has a different name, but anyway, beautiful. So I always say do something every day that just scares you just a little bit, right? Do something different, step out of your comfort zone, and you'll start to see all of the beautiful changes that can come your way. All right. Well, I am ready for my first caller. And is it German? Is that correct, from Ontario?
Yeah, I'm here. Just give me a second, please.
Yes.
Give me a second.
Okay, sure.
I'm doing fine, yeah, but just give me a second. I'm trying to find a perfect spot for this. So hold on. 2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So, basically, like I would like to know if you can give me any information about me for this new year,
Yeah.
Like it's been 3 to 4 tough years for me, since 2019, COVID. And,
Right.
luck, sometimes I think luck doesn't like me, and love and, fortune, I don't know if you can give me, something, yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely. What I'll do is just I call it kind of a general reading, but more or less I will really just connect with however I'm feeling, anything I'm seeing for you for 2023. Even some guidance if that's comes into play. When I start to connect with somebody and I just listen to my intuition or my psyche or really anything of that sort, um, the first thing that I was really getting for you. Now, do you pronounce your name? Is it German or is it pronounced differently?
In Spanish it's German, but German in English.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Herman. Okay. Oh, I love that. So the one thing that I'm really being drawn to for you really has to do with a lot of even what my affirmation just brought up for this week, which really is saying that you need to step out of your comfort zone, my friend. Really starting to do things that challenge you a little bit, uh, things that can even make you feel a little uncomfortable, but they're going to lead you to even better things. Do you feel like you get kind of stuck in that everyday rut, just doing the same thing every day?
Of course, yeah, but trying to look for a better job with more challenges, for more responsibilities. But before I had a job like that, and I got burned out. Finally I got this job with more money, but it's sometimes I think I can do more, right?
Sure. Right. I feel like we all can with this lifetime, right? It's we get in that funk, and I feel like you're in that kind of what I call that funk of why am I here? What is my purpose? How can I leave a beautiful how can I leave a beautiful footprint or legacy, for those, if you have children or family, so making that impact. And the one thing that I've been so drawn to that I've really been seeing, really has to do with, giving back. And I keep seeing you. I don't know if you used to build houses or you love to build houses, but I keep seeing that. Do you understand?
I like to clean houses. I like to do it like I got the OCD, I like to clean everything. Maybe I don't know why you see, but no.
Absolutely, and that really is, giving back. That really is you helping others, in that sense. And so, one of the things that I would say in a general sense, though, for you, Herman, is really just as you go into this next year, in this year, I should say, really start to focus on, do you remember what you wanted to be when you were little? Do you remember, like, I want to do this when I'm grown up? Do you ever remember?
Yeah. Look for fortune, more to buy more things, to buy a house, but I haven't been able to do those things. Like small things.
Right.
I get everything I want, but it takes me longer than everybody else. I don't know why.
Yeah. So one thing and you just validated a lot of what I'm picking up on, is take some time to appreciate, I guess, if you will, how far you've come, what you have, and letting go of those past expectations that you had for yourself. We all are different. We all live our lives differently. Even myself, I never thought that I would be my age and be where I'm at now. I thought, gosh, I would have this, and this. But once I started to change that mindset and started to thank the universe or God, or who you believe in, for the things that have happened for me, not to me, then I started to change the whole energy, and things started to just get better for me. So
I have to change those expectations, basically.
Yes, I know. And patience is so hard. I believe me, I'm a Gemini. I want that immediate gratification, but which many do. But just waiting
But
and being
said at the
patient.
beginning, sorry to interrupt you, but you said at the beginning that have to get some more challenges. So
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Step out of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself a little bit. I really feel like watch. What's that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Like I want something more, but it takes too much time. The same when when I like somebody, I always go for the more, the best, the best. But unfortunately now it's not happening, right? The type of woman that I don't like is the ones that chase me. I don't know why.
Right. Yeah. And remember that, if you can trust in what we call divine timing, then you will know that that right person will come into your life at the right time. Just changing that mindset. But I'm going to tell you really quick, and then I've got to take my next caller, Herman, but watch for August. I keep seeing August as being a very big transformational month of change in that very good way. So August for me feels to be a very good month for you. So pay attention to that time, okay?
Okay. Do you see any house for me, like a property or something like that? Like maybe that's my.
Not. Yeah, I would say not this year, but I do feel that it's that feeling of August, really everything that I'm picking up on, it's that next step to get you to being able to purchase that home, So again, just kind of taking some challenges and stepping out of your comfort zone is going to be huge for, these changes to come even next year, so keep that in mind for sure.
Okay, really quick before, like, how about love? Like, do you see anybody coming?
I do feel a connection with someone, and I really felt this is someone that you already know, but the relationship is going to take, again, there's the patience. It's going to take some time. And I'm telling you that August, either it's the number 8 or the August is connected with this person that you connect with. So keep that in mind too, whether their birthday's the 8th of the month or their birthday's in August. But keep that number in mind for sure.
So in 7 months, okay. Maybe I have to be positive, right?
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Put all that. You're welcome. Put all that good energy out there. You take care, my friend.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Let's grab our next caller. And I missed the name. I apologize. Hi, Allie.
Oh, yes. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. I am happy to help you. This is the mini medium. And what can I help you with tonight?
Okay, I was just wondering, just a couple of questions. If there's anything, any messages from past loved ones, or anything that can sort of confirm that I'm getting visits from past loved ones, any messages?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let me just take a moment here and get myself a little centered and focused. One thing that I am always so mindful of is the change in energy that's in my room. And the energy of my last caller was just very excited and just very upbeat. And then the energy just after I got off, it changed to a sense of calmness. It was really interesting. I thought I'd throw that out there for you.
Okay.
The other thing I felt was I call it the energy, not quite the soul yet, but the energy that's very maternal. So this would be mom, or this would be a grandmother, a mother, or even like a mother to you. So I want you to keep that in mind. And then the other is, do you connect with the number 13, either with yourself or with a loved one on the other side?
No, I can't think.
Okay.
No.
I always think I keep seeing the number 13, and I always listen to, the visions and what I get. And so 13, I feel, and I'm really, I'm really drawn to this being for you, Allie. So 13 can really be the 13th of the month. This could be 2013.
Okay.
Occasionally it will be like January 3rd, the 1 and the 3. So
right.
I always tell my clients, just keep it in mind and it'll connect. It'll definitely connect. And is mom in spirit? Has mom passed?
No.
Okay. So you have a very strong mother that I feel, but I'm going to tell you, I feel more drawn to the mother still, in a sense, still being in between what I call it, between realms. So the sense of her being here in the physical world, but also in spirit. And can I ask, is mom right now, or a grandmother, it's struggling with cognitive, so Alzheimer's, dementia, or a stroke? Does that connect with you?
I have a grandmother who has passed.
Okay.
But no connection with my mother directly.
Okay. And the grandma that has passed, did she have a struggle with Alzheimer's or dementia?
She was pretty much, had her bearings up until she passed.
Okay. This may be connected with her. So when you, when you go about the evening and that you start to maybe connect with her, think about that 13. This, I feel, could be connected to her. The next thing that I really am seeing too, as I'm trying to really tap into my mediumship, this is very childlike. The energy is very childlike. So this is very much a child that passed, obviously. Even I feel like they didn't even get much time here in the physical world. This would be whether you had a loss of a child, or even mom had lost a child, so a sibling that's on the other side. Then they keep showing me the number 7. I keep seeing July, or the month, or the number 7, the 7th of the month. Okay. Do you connect with that?
Not directly, I don't think.
Okay, okay. That's okay. There's a connection with that. Um, hmm, yeah, this would be, so if I said 7 years ago, that would put us about 2015. I cannot get past that time period either. If I take you back to about 2016, 2015, do you recall around that time what may have happened that feels heavy?
No.
Okay.
No. I've had a few passings, but nothing around that time.
Okay. Okay. Does the child energy make sense? The child, the soul that I feel here, does that make sense with you? Because they are not going away.
Not from myself, but there was a passing of a young child in my family.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Does it say roughly how old, or the reasons behind passing?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm glad that you asked. And I'll tell you, I pulled a couple cards for you, and I literally just pulled 2 cards with the number 7. So our spirit guides must be saying that that's connected to this younger soul.
Okay.
So keep that in mind as well. I really feel that the loss was very tragic. I feel a sense, I'm a little nauseous. That it feels to me to be very much that way. And then I keep getting 17. I keep getting older teen. There's some reason with, or the number 17 as well. Oh, I just heard tell her that there was no pain. I just heard no pain. There was no pain.
Okay.
There was a worry of. Do you understand that?
Was this directed to the child?
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Yeah, and I feel very male driven with this soul. Was this a younger male?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you connect with I keep getting 2-syllable P, like Peter, P like Paul.
Is this alive or past?
Either. I'm sorry, either. My intuition keeps connecting with. Okay, how do you connect with that name?
So that's my stepfather's name.
Okay.
And my grandfather, who was passed, he was passed.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Your grandfather very much, I feel, is here. It was that sense of very hearing his name very specifically, but also felt a sense of someone with that name being here in the physical world. So that makes sense now even more. And Paul was your grandfather, is that correct?
Pa, we used to call him Pa, so just PA. Yeah. And then I had another grandfather we used to call Papa.
Perfect. Okay. And I'm feeling that one of them just keeps showing me that a coin, but a collector coin, something or coins.
Okay.
So this is, but it's not like finding pennies, right? But there's something about the round metal that I'm seeing that he's showing me. And I feel, if anything, this is just a validation of who he is.
Right. I'm trying to think of what could connect to that. I can't think off the top of my head.
Okay. Yeah, he's very excited and adamant about it. It almost feels to me maybe military, as if it was a medal earned in military. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, the military part does, yes.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. I just heard him. He says he loves your hair. He says, I tell her I love your hair. You must have done something different with your hair.
I actually colored it a few days ago for the first time in a long time.
Perfect. I love it. This is what I love when they validate that they're watching over us, that they see.
Yeah.
So no, he's loving and a bit kind of chuckling about your hair.
Yeah.
So cute. He also he says that you must have been having some signs of he's messing with your lights. He says there's stuff with your lights. Your phone kind of going a little wonky, but he is a bit of a jokester. So he's showing me that he's been kind of messing with your stuff. So I always say when that happens, just thank them and say, thank you, Papa. I feel you. And they just want to feel that.
I'm very open to all of that sort of thing. So always sort of looking around and taking note of things. So
I love it. Well, I know I'm down to about 30 seconds left in my show, but I know that, these can be quick, but I hope that just this little bit for you, Allie, gave you maybe a little bit of peace. And then also think about those things I mentioned about the numbers, because I know you'll connect with that later.
Yeah. Can I ask 2 more questions? Is that okay?
I've got like 10 seconds left. 15 seconds.
Oh. Anything from a father figure?
I felt more than anything that what I'm getting today has been more of your grandfather. But let me tell you this, if you can get on and you can email me at tarotwithsteph@gmail.com, send me a message. I'm happy to give you some more of what I was picking up on as well.
Amazingly accurate, clear answers to any question. You'll love Suzanne Marie readings. Clairvoyant reader and spiritual light trance medium. Tarot is used for spirit confirmation. She's been a spiritual reader for 30 years and would love to be able to bring accurate, clear, visionary readings for those who seek answers. Available online and phone. Call 320-455-2303 or email readingsbysuzanne@gmail.com. Suzanne Marie. Check her event page for specials. You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Psychic Path on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
everyone. Welcome to A1R Psychic Radio, and welcome to my little corner here. I am Suzanne Marie, and I'm with Psychic Cast. The name's right there, and I welcome you. So I'm here to do a reading, and I hope we get a really great caller, and I hope it goes really well. I am a clairvoyant and a medium, and so if you feel like you would like to call in and ask a question, please do. Happy New Year. 2023 is here, and I am so excited. It's going to be really, really good. Really, really good in a sense that I think that a lot of us will be doing the work we need to be letting go of things that no longer benefit us. So yeah, this is a wonderful, wonderful start, and I hope that everyone is doing well. And I'm in Minnesota, so I hope everyone is warm and feeling loved and safe. So with that being said, I wanted to discuss some things like change. Um, so we have Diane from Columbus, Georgia. Hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Good. I'm trying to stay warm.
Very good.
I wish I was in Georgia. Or is the weather bad down there too?
We got a
'Cause
lot of
we're being-
rain today and yesterday, but it is in the
Yeah.
70s.
I'm so glad that at least it's warm for you. Stay safe. What can I help
Thank
with
you.
tonight?
I would like to find out what's going on with my future, my relationship, my life. I would like to know
I
what
have a
what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, so let me see what Spirit said. But also if you want to take a chance to email me, I do have a way of finding out that specific question. If you email me, I can go ahead and look into your North Node and see what's going on. But I only got 15 minutes, so what should we start with?
Okay, my relationship.
Okay. Hang on a second. I feel like in your past that you've had kind of men want to take care of you or take charge. Does that resonate? That they think you're palatable. They think that they can somehow mold you or change you.
Correct.
And then you surprise them because that's not you.
Correct.
And that's when the trouble starts. I feel like that there's going to be a change in a relationship. I'm feeling like either you're in one or out one, or it's on and off or in and out, if that resonates.
That does.
Because I do see someone there, someone in your life. I don't
Yes.
but I see a lot of changes. There has to be growth. You can't just stay stagnant in a relationship, but it does take two to change and continue the relationship. And I feel like you're digging and you're seeking more. you're seeking more for yourself. And I feel like there's a part of you that wants to heal. There's a healing that needs to be done. And I think that this is the year you're going to do that. You're going to finish it. I know that this seems to be ongoing since I'm sensing years of wanting to really know yourself and explore all about you so that you can become successful and know your purpose and find some joy. And it just seems that it was kind of missing, like it wasn't complete. So I feel like 2023 is your year because I feel there's going to be a finishing. There's going to be a aha moment for you. And I feel like you can proceed with that it will change your life for the better. But I feel like it's been about timing. It's all this time that you've been seeking. I feel like it's been about timing for you. There's never been the right time. And I feel like now is coming to fruition. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, yes.
It's been all about the timing. And I hear you say, you know, don't you hear me, God? And yes, he did hear you. But it's all about the timing. So I think that this is your year to go ahead and be successful and find out the things because you're a soul seeker, and I feel like you've been searching yourself because you feel like that's where you start. That's where you start to make changes to things that need to be changed and an attitude, change your attitude about things. And I feel like Spirit's been with you all the way through it, honey. You will get this done, and it will be done, I think, way before summer. Excuse me.
Good.
And the relationship will change too for the better because I feel like at some certain point that there's going to be a communication, and it doesn't have to be harsh or heart crushing, but you're going to stand your ground and you're going to show that you are a very strong woman inside and you don't need to be taken care of, that you have a mind of your own, a heart of your own, and goals of your own. So that's
Yeah.
what I see. I hope that helps.
It did. It did. Do you see anything in my future as far as sickness?
That's the other thing I could help you with in the astrology. But I feel like you have a very weak immune system. And I think your emotions have something to do with that. Um, I feel like your feelings seem, you don't want to bother no one. You don't want to bother no one and you don't want to make any waves. And so it just kind of stays in your body. And I think it's affecting your immune system. Um, there are ways, I think, online or on YouTube or whatever that can teach you ways in which to communicate your feelings so that it doesn't feel like you're a burden or making waves or something's bad's going to happen if you be true with your feelings. But I think that's what it's affecting. I think it's affecting your immune system.
Okay.
And I do believe that once you start really opening up and being confident in what you feel and expressing it, your immune system will be thankful. Are you getting colds? Because I feel like you're getting colds and not feeling very good. You're feeling kind of weak.
That is true.
So I would.
And I do
would.
have an immune deficiency.
I feel like once you get your ability to express your feelings, and I think that's a part of the seeking too, is that there's more to you than you knew, and so that became your seeking. I have a couple more minutes, but I do hope that I've been of some help, and I do hope you find me, Psychic Pass, and email me so that we can work on your purpose and where you're going and what your lessons are in this lifetime. Okay, and I'm going to do that free for you. Excuse me.
Can you give me your name again to find you?
It's Suzanne Marie.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, honey. Well, you have a good night and hope to hear from you.
Okay, thank you and bless you.
Bless you too. Bye-bye. Thank you everyone for listening and for calling in and joining A1R Psychic Radio tonight. You have a great week, and I will be back here again next week. Bye-bye.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Cowtown Medium with Kathleen Hart. Live from KathleenHart.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Cowtown Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening. I'm Kathleen Hart. I'm so happy you could join me here tonight. I'd like to talk to you a little bit tonight about living on purpose. This is setting goals. This is choosing the outcome before it happens. Many people don't plan to fail, but they fail to plan. And in doing so, they have not set their intentions to succeed. They have not told the universe what it is they really want. That's the secret to getting there, is decide the outcome and commit to it. Start planning accordingly. Set your intentions. Be very specific. Ask the universe for what you want. Tell the universe what you're expecting and start working towards that goal. Be very clear on what it is you want and leave the how up to the universe. Expect a miracle and let it unfold. If you're looking for a new job, describe what kind of job you want, what kind of salary you're looking for, the location you want to work, the hours you want to work. Just be as specific about what it is you want as you can. Write it down. Think about it every day. Meditate on it. Talk about it. Give thanks for it as though it has already happened. And just keep going. Keep expecting it to happen. If it takes longer than you originally thought it would, don't give up. Just keep going. One step at a time. Every day brings you closer to it. Think positive thoughts. Talk about what you want, and don't give up. That's the most important thing. Just keep going. Keep thinking positive. It will happen. Do we have a caller tonight, Dave? Okay. Quick one card reading while we're waiting. Vast vistas. Expect a miracle and expand your horizons. That's a good place to start. I see we have a caller. Francie, can I help you tonight? Okay. Looks like we're having a little technical difficulty. It's a new year. It's a new cycle. Time to start some new things. Adjust your attitude. Think more positive thoughts and be firm in your choices. Be specific about what you want. That way you not only tell the universe what you're expecting, you program yourself to look for it. All right. Now, I think we do have our caller. Hi there. How can I help you tonight?
Here.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great.
I just have general questions.
Mhm.
Who is with me and what do I need to know right now? What can I expect?
Who's with you? I feel like you are surrounded by family on the other side and spirit guides and guardian angels. We all have them. They are ready to support you in your new endeavor. Are you planning on doing something different than you've done? Making a big change?
I am planning on making a big change.
Perhaps involving a move, relocating.
Hopefully.
I feel like this is a good direction to go. Fresh scenery, new
I'm sure.
surroundings, and meeting new people.
Mhm.
And change of job, maybe a complete change of career, doing something totally different than what you've been doing.
Right. Well, actually, I'm retired.
Okay. I'm hearing, look for something you love to do. If you're doing something you love, it doesn't feel like work. Something where you're going to be interacting with people, a lot of people, either something customer facing or yes, I'm hearing something like public relations, public facing, something where you're going to be working with new people almost every day. I feel like this is going to be something very refreshing for you. Um, something engaging that will hold your interest. It'll motivate you to do more every day, do different things, and look at life from the perspective of others. Does this make sense to you?
perspective of others. Can you, well, that part I didn't understand. I'm not getting that part, but maybe you can elaborate on that a little more.
I
Get
feel like
other
this
people's
is
opinions on what I should do. Is that what you're saying?
no, this is something you're going to be doing with others and for others.
Okay.
It'll be very healing for you, help you release some old things and replace them with new feelings, new aspirations, some new dreams. Perhaps you're going to be I keep hearing helping others, motivating others. Um Opening yourself up to share with others.
Okay.
Uh it's going to seem like slow going at first. So take your time. Don't rush into anything, but I keep hearing helping others, but they're not telling me how. Have you worked with charitable organizations in the past, perhaps,
I have
or volunteer work?
years ago.
Okay.
I did.
I feel like
Will it be related to that type
if
of
that's
thing?
something you find rewarding, then look for
Okay.
something in that area, because I feel like that's where you're going to be the happiest is when you are helping others, especially if you're helping others solve their problems and heal themselves in some way. You get that for yourself as well. It's very rewarding work. Um,
Hmm.
Perhaps, let's see. I keep hearing helping others, public relations, and I'm not sure why I hear counseling others. Perhaps helping a counselor, or is this perhaps something you've done before?
Yeah, that actually makes total sense because, I am set that I can pivot to whichever direction I want, hopefully here very soon. I was hoping you could tell me anything about any money coming my way, but excuse me. A combination of both things, helping people and counseling, is kind of one of my areas that I could go in. However, I just don't have what it takes to do these things. But I figure if it's meant to be, then Spirit will send the people my way. So it's
Yes,
just funny that you're picking that up. I appreciate that.
if you feel motivated to do that, you feel drawn to it, you think you would be happy doing that kind of work, and you set your
I think I would.
intentions, or if you set your intentions for the opportunity to find you, then if you are actively looking for it, those opportunities will start to pop up. I feel like
Right.
there is something out there that will meet your expectations once you decide what they are. Does that make
Hmm.
sense? Good, good.
Hmm. The
Because I
only thing is,
definitely feel like
it's the money
working with
aspect.
people is your
So,
forte.
I'm sorry.
I feel like working with people is your forte. That is
Oh,
where you're going to find the
absolutely.
greatest joy. Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
My thing would take money, so that's why I wondered if you saw anything regarding any money coming my way.
Set your intention on what about how much money you need coming in to meet your needs and be comfortable to live the lifestyle you're looking for. And if you include that with all the intentions for what kind of work you want to do, where you want to do it, if you want to work remotely or in a particular city or particular state, put that out there and expect to hear back. Expect a miracle and start looking for it. Start checking the job boards. I recommend using LinkedIn. Are you familiar with LinkedIn.com?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Get active on there.
Right. But
that's a great place to start.
Right.
Well, I've got good feelings about this. I think it's going to work out well for you. Just be very clear on your intentions and what it is you really want. I want to wish you good luck.
Okay.
And a great new year. I think it's going to be great. Take care. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
And that's a good message for everybody else is be clear on your intentions. Decide what you want and go for it. Don't hold back. Pursue your passion and best of luck to you. Best wishes. Have a great new year. Good night, everybody. Thanks.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyonsBrilliance.wixsite.com/Perry Lyons. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
And the show is Perry Lyons, New York Celebrity Psychic, and I'm here to help you. I mean, I can't do surgery or anything, but aside from that, so I'm hoping you'll call in with questions. Answers would be fine too, but that's my job. I'm going to start out before we take calls by doing the psychic weather, which I do by pulling 3 tarot cards that kind of indicate both the zeitgeist, which is the general what's going on in the world, but they also indicate sort of what's coming up for all of us internally and externally this week. Right before I do that, I've been talking to a lot of clients, luckily, this week, and you know how sometimes a pop song will get stuck in your head? So this week, I've been talking to a lot of people who are in relationships or want to be in a relationship with somebody where they feel that they have to earn this person's love. And I keep singing, I'll just do 2 lines of this. You know that song? I can't make you love me if you don't. I can't make your heart feel something it won't. Anyway, so the Bonnie Raitt song, it's a little masochistic, but as a friend of mine once said, I'd rather be a masochist than never be kissed at all. So here's the thing. Love doesn't have to be earned. if you're you, I'd like to give you this invisible permission slip. It's not from your mom to your gym teacher saying that you're, and it's not Ford, but it's an invisible permission slip I'm going to hand you, right? Okay, there you go. This permission slip is to love yourself. Just love yourself. It's actually easier than you think. And a lot of it is forgiving yourself. The word forgive comes from two Greek words. It means to let go. So today what I'd like you to come away with is the idea that in this moment, you're allowed to just love yourself. Because no matter what you think, you are beautiful. You are really special. There's never been anybody like you, and never will be. I can hear my mom saying in the next term, in your case, that might be a good thing. Kidding. We love each other. But to just love yourself, because the minute you give yourself permission to just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to drop everything I'm holding against myself. I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to love myself because I'm worth it. And besides, this is who I am. You might as well be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Okay, so we're going to do the psychic weather for the week, and I pull these very randomly. Okay, and the first card. Oh, that's nice. Many people are afraid of the death card. And the death card it's scary. In this case, it's upside down. The death card almost, unless there's certain cards around it, and then they're very specific. Oh, in a second, we'll be getting to our first caller, Sharon in Washougal, Washington. Cool. Hi, Sharon. Okay. So the death card almost never, ever, ever means death. What it means is either that something is an end, or that something you thought was at an end is starting over. There's a deep transformation going on for the good. So in this case, we welcome in a new president today, which I'm very pleased about. And I think that there's a lot of hope and a lot of optimism that we can be the shining beacon on the hill, as America has always been, to immigrants like my grandparents and probably your grandparents. So there's that. Oh, and in your own life, look for a renewed sense of optimism. This also means that perhaps, I hate saying this after what I just saying, but perhaps something you thought was completely over might not be. It's coming back transformed. So that's something to think about. The King of Wands is, in a big sense, it matches with the inauguration. I don't actually know what President Biden's sign is, but it means that in the bigger sense, a man of justice and action is coming in to kind of take actions for the good of all. In your own life, I would look for men who is there to help you. It might be a Leo, a Sagittarius, or Aries. But he's there to sort of help you out, straighten things out. He's on your side. And he might be kind of an outgoing guy. And I actually get a sense that this is in our professional lives as well as in our personal lives. I'm not ruling out personal lives, but I think that there's some help at hand. So I just love doing that. This card is interesting because it looks gloomy, but it's not. What it is 5 is always a number, the 5 of Cups, indicating change. And I don't know if you know that medically, when a bone is broken, it always heals strongest at the break. So 5 is sort of the break and then the healing that makes things stronger. And you'll see in your own life, you might be looking at the 3 spilled cups. Maybe you might be mourning something or thinking like, oh, it's over, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too thin, I'm too short. But if you turn around, there are 2 filled golden cups. right in front of you. Well, if you turn around, they'll be right in front of you. So it's time to stop maybe identifying as a victim. It's time to stop mourning something. I mean, obviously, if you've lost something, but there are times to just say, okay, you know what? I'm not a depressive anymore. I'm somebody who is rewriting my story. There's two full golden cups there. And if I just sit and stare at the 3 cups that have spilled over, it's not going to do any good. But if I turn around and look at the possibilities, there's so much there for me. This especially applies to love, because those are 2 cups. So if you've given up in love, don't give up, okay? And I think in a bigger sense, this means that a lot of things that maybe we've been upset or despairing over, things are getting better. So, okay. Miss Washington, darling, are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank you for hanging in there. How are you?
Good. I don't get along with my son-in-law, but I don't know if there's any hope for him to change. I'd like to think that I meet him halfway. His name's Corbett.
Yeah. Well, tell you what, tell me what your birthday is, because that's how I connect with people. So just a day and yeah, go ahead.
September 21st.
Cool. Oh, that's a lovely day. Here's the thing. Weirdly, the only way we can change people is by not trying to change them, especially with somebody with your son-in-law, who just between you and me is a stubborn SOB. And he has good qualities. He does. I think one thing I found in my own life is, for instance, I have a sister-in-law that, frankly, I don't get on with. I have found that if I spend 2 weeks either spending like 5 minutes praying, if you're a believer in the big love, or just meditating and sending her good wishes, or him, in this case, him, just praying for his highest good, his happiness, his health, just for 2 weeks, that can really perform miraculous changes. The other thing is, he kind of knows how to get your goat. He's very good at picking fights and making you look wrong. Am I right?
Yeah, my daughter is like getting mad at me, and I'm like, hey, I'm just here to see the grandkids.
Yeah. This is somebody I sense who, I think he had a very difficult childhood. That's not an excuse. I know a lot of people have had difficult childhoods who are lovely people, but he's always in what I think of as fight or flight mode. So he's always like primed for an argument, and he likes blaming other people. And it's very difficult for your daughter because he does make her feel as though she has to choose between him, and you. And that's not a place you want to be in. So what I would do is, it's very hard in this case, but try not to participate in his story, by which I mean try not to argue with him when he's picking a fight. Change the subject, or just smile and go to a different part of the room and go make banana cake or something. Don't participate. And none of this is your fault, just so you know. But there's a great book called How to Deal with Difficult People. I got it in hardback, and I thought maybe I could just hit them over the head with this. But it's a very useful book. I'm going to draw a couple of cards for you and see what's going on here. Does his name begin with an M?
What?
Does his name begin with an M?
No, his name is Corbett.
Okay, I couldn't have gotten that in a million years.
All right, well, maybe it's Mr. Corbett. Okay, well, I'm not always wrong. I'm not often wrong, but yeah, the Page of Swords says to me that this is somebody who's always up for a fight. As you see, this is a young man who is primed for action. And he's also not working to his capacity. He's got a job that doesn't fully, oh, I'm a little stuck here, so forgive me if I'm stuck on your screen. Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Sorry, the picture's stuck. So the other thing is the Temperance card upside down means that he might, how can I say this? Does he drink or use any substances?
He drinks a lot in his room and he smokes marijuana.
Okay, that's, yeah, people think marijuana is, I realize this is not a popular opinion. I don't think it is. It's called self-medicating. There we go. Yeah. And yes. I think he drinks a lot, and I think he's what's known as a mean drunk. So I'm sorry about that. He has a lot of childhood issues. The Judgment card upside down. There's a lot of childhood issues that he hasn't dealt with. And for some reason, I don't know if he's got issues with his mother or with women in general, but he's taking it out on you. He's making you what we call a scapegoat. What?
I've always told that to my boyfriend. I said, he's mad at his mom for whatever happened as a kid, and she died when he was a kid.
Yeah.
But he's like, blaming me for it or taking it out on me is what I thought.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're very intuitive, and you're very compassionate. In this case, we're women, so we're used to doing more of the work than is actually fair. Sorry, but it's true. What I feel like, are they expecting another child? If there's another child coming in, are they expecting another child?
They have 3. One is not his, the first one. But as far as I know, they're not. But I always suspected they might have another one.
They're going to have another one. You're pretty psychic, by the way. So you know.
I meditate. I don't know what that does for people.
Meditation is the best thing you can do. I meditate twice a day, and I recommend it to everybody. No wonder I like you so much. You're such a lovely vibe. So I think things are going to get better by the time, there's a thing called Al-Anon. It's AL-Anon. They have online meetings. Sometimes I found also with the sister-in-law I had trouble with. I would go to an Al-Anon meeting online because it's for people who have to deal with active alcoholics. He is an alcoholic. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. But my feeling is he's really self-medicating a lot. He's still in a lot of pain with unresolved anger at his mother for leaving him so young. This is fixable. If he wants to fix it, I think he thinks he's just fine, but there are going to be some issues in the next 6 to 9 months which say to me that he is going to realize he needs some help. He might actually wind up doing an intervention, which is always difficult, but I think this is eventually going to get better. What I would do is remain as neutral as you can. You're a Libra, you're good at that. And send him as much love, especially for the next 2 weeks. Just put him in your prayers, send him love. After you stop meditating, and there's that 3 minutes, and you just send love, especially to people. So you might want to do that. And you're going to be fine. But I think this is going to work out. Be patient. You're a lovely person. And everybody around you, including your daughter, knows that this has nothing to do with you. It doesn't. So if he starts to pick a fight, you don't want to buy into his narrative, because his narrative is you're this or you're that, or you're always telling people what to do, or you have 2 feet, or whatever. People, especially alcoholics and people who use substances, tend to blame other people and scapegoat them. So if he starts to do that, just step out of the line of fire. Don't say anything. Go to a different room. You beautiful grandbabies. So, anyway, so best of luck. Let me know how you're doing, okay? I'm at Perry Lyons, PERILYONS, on the Facebook. Just drop me a line and let me know how you're doing. Okay. And big love. And now we have Lois. Hi, Lois. I love that name.
Hi.
How are you today? Hey.
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
Good. Not too bad considering. Thanks. So I like to connect with people by having them tell me their birthday. So when's your birthday, my love?
Lois, and it's November 22nd, 1965.
Oh, how interesting. We're getting a lot of 22nds today. And you're just a baby. 22nd in numerology, that's a 4. And that means that you're somebody people find to be a kind of a healing presence. And also you're very good at making houses into homes. So if you could come over and do my place, I'd be really grateful. But you just have that touch where you're just good at that. You're really good at making. You're very family oriented too. So what's your question, my angel? How can I help you?
Relationship, love.
Never heard that before. Well, interestingly, there are 2 people in your life, you vixen you, but one of them I don't think you know about. There's somebody around you who has a crush on you the size of Ontario, which is a big crush. I think it might be somebody you work with, but it's definitely somebody around you who has a crush on you. You've been in an on and off relationship for a couple of years. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I think the song that I sang at the beginning of the show kind of comes into play here, where you keep feeling that you have to earn this guy's affection. And since I'm an empath as well as a psychic medium, I can tell you, you don't have to earn anything from anybody. You're a lovely person, and you're a good person. You help people. You're the person people call when they're in trouble or they need a shoulder to cry on. In fact, I'm going to send you a shirt with terry cloth like pads because people cry on your shoulder so often. Let me draw a couple of cards in this guy. Can you tell me either what day his birthday is or what sign he is?
So actually, the one that's been off and on is January 26th, 77.
Oh, an Aquarius. Oh, you're asking for trouble right there. Okay. That's interesting. Does he have his own, does he freelance or have his own business or something like that?
No, he works at a company up here.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Another one.
Yeah.
There's another one from my past that I just seen recently, and he kind of like works for another company, but they go to place to place.
That's the one. Him I like, and because we're girls, we always like the one who doesn't like us quite as much as, I don't know. It's human nature. So yeah, it's the one who sort of, there's almost a freelance aspect to his job. Him, I like. This sign, it's about upside down. It's the Page of Swords. Does this guy have kids? The Aquarius? I don't know if you heard the question, but I'm gonna say the other one's a better bet. The Aquarius, you've got the any card that's a person and a sword means that either they're an actual knight or they're an air sign. And Aquarius is an air sign. So this would indicate an air sign, but it's upside down. So that doesn't bode well. That means that he's always going to be, you're always going to be sort of playing reach, withdraw with him. You reach towards him, he withdraws, or he reaches towards you when you withdraw, but that gets exhausting. I'm not sure he's emotionally mature enough for you. I do like the other guy better because A, he's crazy about you. B, I think he's a little more financially stable. And there was a time in my life when I would have said, but who cares about money? That was a long time ago. But this one has a prospect of just being more stable. And he has what I would call honorable intentions towards you, which means he's more serious. He's somebody who would want to marry you or be in a long-term relationship. I tend to tell people, get the ring before I do. But I see a lot more potential with the other guy, the non-Aquarius, as we will call him. Because it just...
He asked me to marry him many, many years ago.
Yeah, he still wants that. Yeah, so excuse me while I pat myself on the back. Ow. So, and this card indicates, this is classically a card that's somebody from your past. It's a little boy giving a little girl a gold cup filled with flowers. So this is always somebody from your past coming back. I trust him. I don't really trust the other guy. I mean, it's not like I think he's a bank robber or anything, but I don't think he will treat you in the way you deserve. But I think he's exciting. But you know what? As we get more extraordinary, which is my way of saying, not quite as young as we used to be, as I get more extraordinary, I find that I value stability and someone who is there a lot more than I value excitement or somebody who, kind of makes me feel alive, but in the same way that I'd feel alive if I was like under fire. I don't think you're going to find a lot of stability with the Aquarius guy. I also don't think he's that capable of being faithful. And I think this other guy is. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. The last thing I'm going to add is that you are, I can't see you except with my heart and my mind's eye, but you're very attractive. I don't think you see yourself as that. I mean, I modeled for 10 years. I still don't, see myself as pretty. So it's hard for women. This culture, it makes it hard for us to accept our own beauty. But you're a very attractive woman. And you have a lot more power in relationships than you give yourself credit for. So if you kind of just cut off the Aquarius guy, it might be a good test of seeing how serious he is. Just cut him off for a couple weeks. You can block his number, or you can just not answer him. I know that's hard, but there's a reason why playing hard to get, I'm making air quotes here, is a cliche. It's a cliche because it works. It works with every species, not just humans. So cut him off for a little while. And I would explore your opportunities with this other guy. And I would also, I think you're considering changing your job. I would concentrate on that and what makes you happy, because you have so much to give the world. So on that note, keep in touch. My name is Perry Lyons, P-E-1-R, I like periwinkle, Lyons, L-Y-O-N-S. You're on Moonstruck. I'm here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. On Eastern Time. And just, call in whenever you feel like you need a boost. because I think you have a really good year coming up. Cut off the Aquarius for a couple weeks. Let me know what happens. Trust me.
Okay.
Before I got engaged this time, I was good at this. So I know what I'm talking about. But also psychically, I like the other guy better. And you know what? You really deserve, you personally, you deserve the absolute best because you give so much to everybody else. All right, bless you. I'll see you next week. Oh, I want to show you my ring really quickly, guys. I just got engaged, and this ring is from Sant Bellatrix. You can find her on the Instagram, but I hope you like it. So there you go. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Big love and blessings. Mwah.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Soul to Soul with Medium Kelly Kristen. Live from MediumKellyKristen.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Soul to Soul
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Soul. I'm Kelly Kristen, your host. So glad to be here tonight. I hope everyone's having a wonderful night and a great 2023 so far. I have a very special guest with me tonight. That's Maurice Sinclair, and his business name is actually Ancient Made Modern. So you'll find him at Instagram at ancient.made.modern. So welcome, Maurice. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, Kelly. Yeah, thank you for having me. This is so cool.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I am. I beg Maurice to join me on anything and everything, and he's nice to oblige. So thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Yeah. One reason I asked him is because Maurice has this beautiful soul, this beautiful bright light, and that's one of the things I've been talking about this year is how we can make that our light shine brighter, the light that is our soul. So I think we can just take some lessons from Maurice because he is bright and shiny. He also is a psychic and a medium. And he is a Reiki practitioner, Akashic Records reader, and does shamanic journeys. He's a master teacher. I mean, he's like a man of all trades. So I thought it'd be kind of fun if we kind of talked about maybe the Akashic Records and shamanic journeys, because maybe some people don't know a lot about that. What do you think about that?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
So shamanic journeys, for me, they involve, maybe I'll take you through the steps. So typically I will either use shamanic drums, and I'll just kind of use a recording most times rather than even an old drum. It's mostly to get my brainwaves where they need to be so I can access that altered state. And what I do in this altered state is I journey outside of my body, and I journey for the sake of answering your questions or finding what it is that you need to heal. And along these journeys, I will end up meeting different guides, different ancestors, people that you may know in spirit. So those are pretty cool. I started doing those by myself. I never really intended to do it for anybody else. It was just for personal development. And then over the years, I realized like, oh, I guess I can kind of do this for other people. And but yeah, that's shamanic journey in a nutshell. You will end up going to one of three main levels of this kind of altered world: the upper, lower, or the middle realm. And each realm has its own medicine, its own things that it can offer you in terms of what it is that you might need. And the Akashic Records. So this is cool because there is a non-physical record of all. I mean, maybe some people listen to this already know it. For the people that don't, there's a non-physical record of all history in all directions, everywhere. And we have access to this information. And this is what people call the Akashic Records. And for me, normal ways didn't really resonate with me when it came to trying to access the records. So my personal way in was through shamanic journey. And this is where the two kind of meet together. Yeah. And through this, I created my own modality with that I call shamanic Akashic healing. And essentially it's a mashup between the two. Yeah, you access the records via shamanic journey. And it provides this really immersive and kind of like totally nearly augmented reality experience, and it's like really fun to experience. Every journey that I do for people is like their own personal movie or their own personal story that I get to share with them.
Oh, that's so amazing. It really is. I know we talked earlier today kind of about how we don't really like to put labels on readings because the reading kind of just does itself, right? Or spirit just leads us where we need to go. But that we kind of have to put the labels so that people kind of understand what they're getting when they have a reading. But I think you and I both agreed that we enjoy the readings that just kind of take their own form and move the way they're supposed to move. You might get a healing, you might get, a visit from a loved one in spirit, you might get both, you might get the journey, lots of things. So,
Right. Yeah, I think it's still so funny, and it's like interesting to say this in this space, but I've become quite unattached to the specific labels of the types of readings, and even the labels psychic, medium, and because when it boils down to it, it all kind of comes from the same place. And especially, so for example, like the example that you just gave, it's like there are people that might say, you know what, I want a psychic reading because I want to know about what's going to happen in the future, something like that. And then we connect with them, and oftentimes what ends up happening is that like something entirely different ends up happening through us, that spirit decides that it's more required of them, or something that they would need. So for example, many of my psychic readings turn into healings
right.
inadvertently, and without me kind of wanting it to. So yeah, the labels, like you say, just to kind of agree with you, the labels are just to kind of get people in the door, and it kind of give people an anchor to kind of hold on to say, you know what, this thing sounds familiar or sounds interesting, and then you can just go from there.
And then do you ever find, for me, a lot of times when I'm doing a reading, that for me it's very healing? Do you ever find that?
Oh, all the time, yeah. So
Yeah.
I find that I think every single
Mhm.
healing or even reading that I do, there are things in it for me as well. So
Right.
there's like when you're doing a healing and the healing's coming through you, that in and itself becomes a healing as well.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's passing
Yeah.
through you. But also, like, even the more informational types of readings, the things that are coming through for the person that you're reading for, oftentimes when you like hear yourself, you're like, I think I really needed to hear that too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I love it. Um, in fact, I think it was a couple weeks ago you did a reading for me. Maurice was doing a live, and I just happened to be the first person to pop in. And he said, "Would you like a reading?" I said, "Yeah, of course. Of course I would." Right? But he has this really beautiful way of beginning the reading, or he did for me. And I do something similar. Um, where he took me to a room and he explained the whole atmosphere and the furniture and kind of what it smelled like and what it felt like. And then spirit came in and it felt like we are just relaxing on a couch and with the coffee table, and just really there. I mean, we were, but it just was really beautiful. It made it really meaningful for me. And is that something that you do with all your readings, or you just let them go, or do you take them sometimes somewhere else? Because sometimes I'll do like a little journey and we'll go to a forest, or sometimes we go to the airport. I mean, it's just different places each time, but I just wondered if you start yours that way each time.
Airport sounds cool. I gotta try that, but but not not every time. No. So sometimes I feel guided. Every time that I was doing mediumship readings that day, and typically for me when I do mediumship readings, I will do a visualization inside, and
Okay.
I won't always verbalize it outward, but sometimes I'm guided to kind of like talk it outward. That it feels there are times where it seems to be resonant with them, the specifics of what I'm saying and seeing as I'm walking up to meet the spirit.
Hmm.
And in this case, I feel like that it was one of those times where I needed to say it out loud. But no, not every time though.
Okay. And that's funny that you said that, because honestly, almost the way that you described where the living room is like my living room. right? So
So
funny
cool.
how that works. So very comfortable. I love that you did that. And then also, I forgot to mention, so if people are interested in getting a reading with you, they can just reach out to you on Instagram at the ancient.made.modern, right? Is that how they find
Yeah,
you?
yeah, you can reach me at ancient.made.modern on Instagram, but also if you don't have Instagram, I am on Facebook. I don't check it that often, but I am on Facebook.
Okay.
It's just Maurice Sinclair, and you'll see my face pop up. And also, you can email me directly. That's ancientmademodern@gmail.com.
Okay, perfect. And I'll also put it on my page. So if you are following me on my Instagram at Medium Kelly Kristen or on my webpage, mediumkellykristen.com, I'll put his link on there as well, because it's fun to get readings from different people. You know, it's fun to get readings from friends who are mediums, and it's just really fun to experience different modalities. I do want to talk about one more thing before we run out of time. Maurice and I do an event every month just about called Soul Journey Sunday, and it's a really beautiful event, but this is actually coming up on Sunday, and this one's going to be a little bit different because we're inviting a special guest, Tony Stockwell. You can find this event on Eventbrite. It's called Soul Journey Sundays, and it's going to be this Sunday from 2:30 to 4 PST time. Normally, you would maybe get a chance to have a reading with Maurice or myself, but this time we're going to have special guest Tony Stockwell. Maurice, do you want to comment more on that?
Yeah, it should be a good time. He's a world-renowned psychic medium, among many other things, and and I'm not sure if you're going to link the event to your.
I have it on my page,
so people can
as
access
well.
it and check it out and read it and stuff.
For sure. Yeah. Hope you guys can join us, because this one's going to be really special. And then after that, you can find other information on how we usually run it. It's also very special. I don't want to run out of time, but I want to thank you so much for being here. Yeah, you made my night with that beautiful bright light that you have. Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you for even having me on and asking me to do this. This is good. This is cool.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Soul to Soul.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Soulfully Guided with Carmel Ann. Live from soulfullyguided.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Soulfully Guided
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our first show of the year. Happy New Year, and welcome to 2023 and Soulfully Guided. I'm your host, Carmel Ann, Bit bamboozled today. Time caught up, and I just got my set and show ready about 5 or 6 minutes ago. So I wanted to, we're going to go into a caller today. There's something I want to talk about, and we couldn't go where my favourite spot where I wanted to go and host the show from, because we had some unexpected rain, which caused some flooding on the property. So just like flooding. But I really wanted to talk today, and I wanted to do a quick chat, and I'm thinking of doing blogs to give more details about these techniques. I'm going to give a really simple technique. Anything I say is not rocket science or huge, it's just a simple task to make life easier. It doesn't require vision boards or mind maps or anything. It just requires a tiny bit of thought and mindset shift. So what I wanted to talk about today is how to make rational choices during really difficult times. You'll find that when we have a problem, we're focused in the moment. If, whether you're deciding to leave a partner or start a new relationship, a new job, or walking away from a friend or family member that's toxic, or even financial decisions. I wanted to give you this simple technique that I've used in my life. And look, as a warrior, which we looked at in a previous show, I think it was December the 7th, how to unpack problems. But when we're faced with making actual decisions and choices, whatever it is, we tend to run around like headless crooks. We're lost in the moment. Our thoughts aren't clear. We're not rationalizing, and we're not able to make good decisions in the heat of the moment or with the information we've got, because no decision we make today is ever guaranteed results tomorrow. So a very simple technique I have is, 1, remove yourself from the problem. And I'm not talking get away from the worry or anything, but just step back, okay? We're not going to rationalize by going into the heart of the problem in that moment. We're not going to think, get lost in today, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves, do I want my life to be like this, whether it's next year, in 3 years, in 5 years, or in 10 years? And that changes the whole perspective, because you're not just looking at now and what changes it's going to make now. It also makes the decision a lot rational and somewhat easier to make, because you're not thinking of what you're missing out on now. You're thinking of the effects of what this is going to have, not on today, on your actual entire life, the remainder of your life. So you ask yourself, do I want my life to be like this? What do I want my life to look like next year, in 3 years or 5 years or 10 years? And the big one, can I live the rest of my life like this? That's really simple ways in order to sort of, you're taking away the responsibility of thinking of the just now and what our heart is yearning. Often our head and our heart are, out of sync and at war. So we've got a caller in. Hi, Dawn from Pennsylvania.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to our first show of 2023. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm in 2022 mode.
What's that?
That's okay. So did you have a particular question you wanted to ask today for your tarot reading?
Oh, I should ask a question?
You don't have to. I can give you a general read if you like. It's up to you.
I don't really have any questions.
I can give you a general read.
That'll work.
Okay, Dawn. So let's go. Connecting with Dawn. We'll just take a few breaths. Chill out, because I need to. So connecting with Dawn, please. Okay. Connecting with Dawn from Pennsylvania. Our caller. Can I please have a general read? General read for Dawn. Okay. Know some cards for general read for Dawn. Please give me the card. And clarify. can I have the bridge between that situation? Okay. Some guidance and an outcome card. Okay. So it looks like this year is a great year for your relationships, your friendships, your romantic relationship, and or finding romance if you're not in a relationship. It's a huge time about family and finding enjoyment in your life, like everything coming together nicely. It's also about work and, trying hard to achieve your goals. And looking at this, it didn't start so pleasantly. I feel there's a situation that could have been mentally challenging for you. You may have felt like you're in a situation where you were winning the battle but losing the war, and it was mentally challenging and draining for you, and also physically taking the spark out of you. Does that make sense at all?
A little bit.
Okay. So if it doesn't make sense, please let me know, and we can delve deeper as much as we can while we're on the mini read on the show. I get that element is, if you've had situations like that you've found in your life, that is a stepping stone. I feel like this year your ship is coming in. I think it's a good time to reignite that spark, enjoy your life and love and live, and things are going on the brighter side for you. It's a really good time. I wonder if you've been wanting to go on a holiday. Have you been considering going on a holiday at all?
Have I been what?
Have you been thinking of going on a holiday?
No, I don't go anywhere. Go to work.
You don't go anywhere?
Nope.
It would be a good time at some stage this year. It would be a great time to travel, even if it's a small, day trip or a drive to, somewhere just to enjoy yourself. I think things are going to shift for you this year, and I think working on things that you've wanted and in your career, keep going, keep at it. It might feel mundane and boring, or like you're not getting anywhere, but keep striving past that. It's a great time to connect with your dreams and your work ethics and what you're doing. And I feel like sometimes you also need to, I feel sometimes it's important to also disconnect and reground yourself and regroup about what you want so you can get it, and you're not working towards dreams that sort of, someone else's dream or doing things that aren't going to get you where you want. Is that making sense to you at all, Dawn?
Yeah. Only I could shut my brain off to do that.
I missed that. Sorry.
I said, if only I could shut my brain off to do that.
Okay. So
my brain just goes and goes and goes.
You could apply that. Look, you could apply all that thought to your dreams, but then, we can't just switch off overthinking. I have had some shows on how do we reduce stress and unpack problems, but I think just find, that's probably why the idea of the holidays coming through, really needing to switch off and ground yourself. But when you're at work or you're in thinking mode or when you're in that zone, it's okay to be there, but just learn to switch off so you can get that rest and relax, and then you can go in even better and harder and stronger. Because if you're always going high and thinking, it's sort of, you need to switch off, you need to rest. And we want to learn from whatever's happened in the past that's felt us feeling emotionally drained, hard done by, and physically drained as well. We don't want to be in that space. So we want to move forward and enjoy the bliss that 2023 brings, because you've got amazing opportunity for relationships of any sort in your life. Like, it's a really good time. So enjoy that. How do you feel about? Sorry?
Hello? Oh, I said I feel stuck.
Okay. You feel stuck. Okay.
Like lost.
I think when I asked the bridge between where you were to where you're headed this year, the idea of finding stability, knowing what you want, finding your passions, getting that spark back, and also that switching off part by going on a holiday. If you can, go on a trip, go near water, or go somewhere that's going to let you just be still for a moment. I think the more time you have, switching off and enjoying life, the closer you'll get to your dreams, and that sort of that stuckness, that you'll be able to gain clarity, and you'll also learn how to switch off and ground yourself when you need to, and when to apply yourself in all your dreams as well. We are running out of time. I'm so sorry, Dawn. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it. I hope I was able to help you, and there will be a replay. It'll be on A1R Psychic Radio Facebook group or YouTube. And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in as well and hearing Dawn's reading. Thank you, Dawn, and thank you to everyone else. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next week.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. And now, Reverend Elliot's Magical Window with Reverend Elliot. Live from magic-works.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Reverend Elliot's Magical Window on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Greetings, fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is Reverend Elliot, your friendly neighborhood esoteric practitioner, coming to you live tonight on the 4th of January, which means two things. It's our first show of 2023, and tomorrow's my birthday. So by the time this show ends, I will be an older but wiser man. So that's it. Now, there's a story behind that, by the way, that the 5th of January is, according to most calculations, but not all, the 12th night of Christmas. And the 12th night of Christmas is generally the Feast of Fools, the Festival of Fools, or the Feast of Fools, in which the Pope of Folly is crowned. And what they do now mostly, if you look it up, they'll say it's celebrated on or around January 1st. But it's January 5th. Now, the thing is that back in the Dark Ages, when I was born, if a child was delivered up to January 4th, that child was tax deductible for the previous year. And so, of course, I was born a day too late, and I always suspected that my parents held that against me. I have no idea why. Also, now, if you celebrate the Christmas season and the 12th night of Christmas and all of that, according to the Latin American tradition, January 6th is the day they celebrate Christmas. That's the when the wise men arrived. And is that Epiphany? I don't even remember. I've lost my catechism. My catechism was chased out by my dogatism or whatever that's called. But this is I was born on Christmas Eve in the Mexican tradition, and since my father was a Mexican, that I was like a Christmas present, I suppose, which is, I'll save that for the psychiatrists out in the audience. I have no idea why. My sister was born really close to Valentine's Day, but several years before me. And, oh gosh, this is, so the January and February stuff in our family was never really. We thought that all these holidays revolved around us as children, but that we were very sorely disabused of that notion quite early on in our adult lives. So here we are, and I have a special guest tonight. I'm going to bring my special guest right on now. I have a guest who's going to help us out to see what the year is going to be like. I have with me Baby New Year. So I'm going to ask Baby New Year to give us a little hint as to what the future is going to be like. Not sure I like that. Not too sure that that's a little bit alarming. But look, that's what we have the magical window for, so we can look and we can see see what's coming up in the future. Now, I generally disdain fortune telling. You will meet a tall, dark stranger who will max out all your credit cards, is the way it usually goes. But it is an interesting aspect of this. What we want to get pretentious about it. What we call what tarot readers do, divination, divining things, looking into the future. Yeah, but it's more than looking into the future. We can look into the past. What happened? See, I'm convinced. I've given this a great deal of thought, and I was thinking of writing a book about this, but the book would be about a page long, and I don't know what am I going to pad it with, right? What is the first thought that the first human being had? Now, I'm assuming that we're going to describe a human being like maybe a Neanderthal. Science has now come to believe that the Neanderthal was much smarter than we were, which is probably why they made an exit. But there may be Neanderthals among us. I don't know. The Homo sapiens sapiens, which is what we are, categorically speaking, unless we identify as Neanderthal, but that's a whole other ball of wax I don't want to get into. The whole idea is that somebody had the first thought. Now, there's a group of people who believe that the first ape who became a human did it because that ape grabbed hold of a magic mushroom for dinner one night and opened, and consciousness existed. I have a feeling that the first thought that ever came into a human mind was, let's see, how can I phrase this delicately? What the hell was that? The human being is walking around, foraging, doesn't know it's a human being, which is not a unique situation. We see that all the time these days.